Hello, hello. It's Tuesday, and that means more Darksiders. What's up, Preston? I'm not even entertaining your silly little musings today. We are early, all right? We're fucking early. Persona 4 stream? Man, I don't have any Persona games. If I ever pick up a Persona game, you have my permission to just, like, run me over with a car. I have a copy of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance that I played for approximately 2 hours, and that's probably the deepest into the series I'm ever gonna get. What's up, Prairie Judge? How's it going, brother? So, I decided to make a little change to the setup today. So, I'm frankly very tired of the neon and the purple. So we're changing it. Ta-da! We're doing black and red now. Very edgy, exactly what we need, but still keeping in with the vibe. So, and it also contrasts the game more, so you can see it better. So, let's play some flippin' Darksiders.
This has been the journey so far.
We're loading the recap. We're up to Farisir's Tomb. There's not really much to recap. We killed a Nasher in the Gilded Arena.
A grand arena gilded by blood. A giant...
Very Republic of Gamers coded. I like it. Oh, thank you. I wanted something a little edgier. And I think it suits it. It suits it without going too edgy. I was gonna do something like super edgy, like chains and shit. But this needs to be like my regular background, so I needed it to be not too scary. It is kind of scary. That's what we're going for. We're edgy, scary gamers. We want to make sure that people do not feel welcome here. Just do a poop background. As much as I would like to, I'm not Indian, so I'm not legally allowed to. I don't know if you know this, but Indians have the copyright on fecal-themed stream backgrounds. But I have very important homework for you guys after the stream. I know we're just getting started, but I just want to make sure you guys have the heads up and you know what you must do. My favorite entertainer in the world, Robert Chipman, MovieBot, did his first Game Over Thinker video in, I don't know, half a decade. So after the stream, it is your solemn duty to go watch the newest episode of Game Overthinker and then tell him in the comments, we want more Game Overthinker, and also tell him that I sent you, so specifically he knows. He knows who his strongest soldiers are. The Bob Mob has his back. No, sorry, I don't know what's the worst thing about that. Is it the being Muslim? Is it being Indian? Or is it being a communist? Like that's like some, like, I don't know, demonic trifecta of personality traits to have. Speaking of Indians, Xbox, huh? They got an Indian CEO, and immediately she fires thousands of people. I wonder how they're gonna replace that labor. How are they gonna replace that labor and keep costs down? There must be a way. I couldn't possibly posit such a way that they could save money on labor. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say, you know, Nintendo are the good guys, because that's obviously not true. But they are at the time the least evil. Most they do is violently, aggressively, nastily defend their copyright to the point that it's a detriment to everyone around them. I think Hellgast edits are cool, or would you say that Vasari was very fucking a monster? No, Hellgast are cool. I would totally support Vasari. Easily, hands down. I am 100% pro Vasari. There is not a single Vectin commander who isn't grossly incompetent. Like, Narville couldn't get his troops under control. I remember we gotta do, like, something with, like, a pole or something. Right, there's a big pillar we gotta move. How's it going, Shrek Snow? Let's see. Defense experience. We are not min-maxing. I want to min-max so bad. It is my basic gamer instinct to min-max at all times, and I'm doing my best not to because it's just so tempting. You can go. Do it. Oh my gosh, Sneed's late maxing. How could he do this to me? Oh, right. I remember now. Kind of. We have to push this over here. Funny how basically nobody sides with the ISA because they're just boring. I'll say that as far as, like, you know, boring-looking good guy factions go compared to the bad guy factions, the ISA are, like, upper tier. They definitely look cooler than, like, the fucking rebels from Star Wars. Hardcore puzzles for hardcore gamers. What's up? No one likes furries. I mean, some of the puzzles in this game, I'm pretty sure they tripped me up the first couple times I played them, but I've played this game so many times now. Puzzles are barely a factor. Yeah, give me some potions. Oh, right. We're gonna have to fight the wraiths here, so that's gonna be fun. Did I see Army Hammer post Chud out remorse? No, I haven't. What's he up to? Is he, like, begging for forgiveness for being in an Uwe Ball movie? We was ISA and shit. Rebels are so lame. If only Vader force choked them one by one for 2 hours instead of the actual movie. That'd be so fun. And they all soil their britches every time. Because that's what happens. You void your bowels when you die. And one guy tries to trick Vader into thinking he's dead by just shitting his pants in advance. And Vader lets him go, and that leads to the plot of the movie. I think look worse, the rebels in Haze or the... Oh god, the people in Haze are like straight up like favela Americans. They fuck those people. The Star Wars rebels are cooler than that. The fact that you spent 2/3 of Hayes' campaign in the Rebels is like, it's the worst part about it. Like, as much as I enjoy that game, unironically, having to side with the Rebels is such a bummer. Citizen Vigilante's Kino, I watched the whole thing, and I couldn't even get 10 minutes into Superman and Supergirl. Yeah, the only thing that interests me about Superman is, or Supergirl is, Jason Momoa as Lobo. Which, it's sad to hear the movie flopped and it sucked, because Jason Momoa has wanted to play Lobo for years. Regretting the hateful filming. Really? Yeah, because he's desperate to get back into Hollywood. But it was perfectly calculated on his part, because he is a psychopath. Because nobody was talking about him anymore. Nobody cared about him. Now he was in this movie that everyone's heard about. And he's gonna... some like indie director is gonna give him a chance to redeem himself by putting him in a movie that's gonna do really well, and then he's gonna be back on track. A's hard playthrough when? Honestly, soon. I'm enjoying jumping back into Edge Kino. It's been a minute, and it brings me so much joy to play edgy games again. Haze is pretty edgy. It's got a Korn theme song that's not actually in the game. His Lobo was meh. He can't act. Yeah, no, you go see Jason Momoa to see him play Jason Momoa. You don't go to see Jason Momoa expecting him to, like, have a really great performance. The only time he acted was as Khal Drogo, and you know, he played a guy who barely spoke. Imagine starring in Citizen Vigilante and thinking you can humiliation ritual yourself back. Of course he can. He's no Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Sorbo would have been like, yeah, I was in it. If you guys haven't seen it, please do yourselves the favor of watching Pool Boy drowning out the Fury. Because not only is the movie funny as fuck, the entire movie is about immigrants being evil, and the director is very chubby. He doesn't really do a lot of movies anymore. He mostly does a podcast with his buddy, who's actually even more edgier and chudlier than him. But I can't recommend that movie enough to people. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, Kevin Sorbo is Kino. I love him. I'm so glad we got to stream The Conduit, because we got to have Kevin. It blew my mind when someone pointed out he sounds like the AI voice, which I never really noticed. I've been farting the whole time. You weren't farting, Prairie Judge? Right, we gotta lower the platform to get into this room. Kevin Sorbo was great as Hercules in The Legendary Adventures. Yeah, and then they got him for God of War 3 to also play Hercules. He was also the big stone guy with a hammer in the Darksiders games, in Darksiders Giants. Not Darksiders, I'm sorry, Skylanders. They came out around the same time, and they both end with Ers. Playing Darksider with a hard R. We're going to fart together. We're farting together in spirit, as long as we're making that miasma that makes it impossible for women to live. Then we could live in the based gamer paradise that we've all dreamed of. Death, you fucker. You can't jump high enough to get up there. Is there anything down there I want? Doesn't look like it. I just don't want to fall down there, because then you got to fight all the ghouls. Skylanders stream when? Didn't they release, I don't know, is it Skylanders or Disney Infinity that they released a version that just has everything unlocked? I don't think I'd stream Skylanders, but it was, I don't know, it was a cute series. I didn't hate it. Like, it was just, it was like baby's first dungeon crawler. I liked the shark guy in the first one. I liked the shark guy, and I liked the little goblin guy who had a gun that shooted gold coins. That was cool as shit. Might be Disney. Okay. See, that's how you do an end-of-life situation for a live service game. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Activated that. There we go. I see what you want. I see what you want from me. Give me the bomb. Right, let me get my gun. I don't know how you're supposed to do this puzzle without quick switching. Like, I don't... The game doesn't encourage you to do it, but it seems like it's required here. Sonic's not dead, he's surely... No, Sonic's not dead. Kevin Sorbo should have been in a Christian movie called Sonic's Not Dead. Which I saw God's Not Dead in theaters just because I wanted to see Kevin Sorbo in something. I want to get that boatman's token. I don't know if I feel like wasting the time for it. You don't really need them for anything. Fuck it. Alright, we're gonna have to... I think we have to fight the first raids when we get out of this pit. Fuck you guys, I'm just leaving. Yep, here we go. Oh, they're pretty good looking, though. This is a great enemy design. It's a bit of a butterface, but you know what? We can make it work. I like that these enemies are just, they're just straight up the sirens from God of War. It's not even like hiding it. That actually went pretty well. Ooh, increases my arcane. I'll equip it later. I'll kill these bitches first. Do have... I don't think I ever really clocked that you have actual invincibility frames. You don't really seem to have invincibility frames in Darksiders 3, so it is kind of noteworthy. Like gauntlets do way more damage than my sides do. Snort bugged arcane mechanic. Shut up. Manifesting that I will have Darksiders 2 protag physique and hair. Yeah, and a Darksiders 2 Wraith enemy GF. Obviously. Let's equip that Armorino. Defense experience. Arcane critical damage. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's a torso piece, right? Cool. My outfit kind of matches. The way they set up the Nephilim, I always wished we got to see at least one that wasn't the main villain or a horseman. What were they like normally, so to speak? Well... yeah, all we get is Absalom, and he seems like a bit of an asshole, so I guess that's... let's just assume they're all like that. Let's make rash generalizations on an entire race of people based on one of them. I think that's a pretty reasonable reaction. Farisir's Tomb, more like Farisir's Goon. Right, we don't have any ghosts yet. We can't go there. So we've cleared as much of the first floor as we can. Let's go to the second floor. One of them, Farisir's going to show up and just be like, get the fuck out!
Leave while you still can.
There he is. I think he doesn't let you go up to the second floor at all for the time being, so we'll do the third floor. I mean, judging from the Horsemen, and especially Wrath of Death, yeah, they probably all were assholes. I mean, Fury's an even bigger asshole than the rest of them, so imagine they're women. Sheesh. Like, Fury in those first, like, 2 hours of Darksiders 3 is, like, just a bitch. What's up, Frochi? Afternoon gamers. Nice to have some Edge Kino to take the mind off yesterday's bad news. Right? I mean, I wouldn't even own an Xbox One if Jesus didn't send me one. So, I've been tapped out of Xbox for years. Because after you go through 4 Xbox 360s, and it's just like a sunk cost fallacy at that point if you're going to keep putting money into it. So I just didn't. I got rid of all my Xbox shit. And, you know, I went through 4 Xbox 360s before they did the revised models. That's how bad it was for me. Maybe if I got like an E unit or a Slim, I'd have a better experience these days. But yeah, Xbox 360 was where I stopped. And I wouldn't, I mean, I've said this before, I've said it on Twitter today, actually. Like, I wouldn't have a PlayStation at all if no one gave me the PS5. Because the PS4 just felt like such a waste. It was such a bummer generation. It was such a piece of shit hardware. For me, I never had a 360 myself, but my bro had like 4, also failed on it. Yeah, it had good games, especially in the early years. Like, you had Perfect Dark Zero, you had Cameo, you had weird shit like you had ports of PS2 games like Gun and Dynasty Warriors. You had 99 Nights, which was an exclusive. It's still an exclusive. It doesn't even play on Xbox One. I wish Xbox emulation was easier. Yeah, none of the emulation for the good consoles is ever where we want it to be, isn't it? I gotta lock in with these bitches. They can actually kill you pretty quick if you're not careful. Like they're doing now. And I'm pretty sure we have to fight like a big like skeleton guy after this. So I don't want to use all my health potions on these two. Alright, chill out, lady. Spawn another one, fuckers. There's 3 of them, shit! I might just have to use my Reaper mode for them and just save my potions for the big two. Alright. Yeah, I knew it. I knew a big guy spawns in here. The only good 360 is the Halo Reach Edition one. I mean, wasn't there like an R2-D2 one? That was peak, like, brand slop. I'm sure Evan likes it, though. You know, actually, Evan would be pleased to hear this. I went to a local... Not a local bookstore, but it's owned by my local library. So, like, all the books are, like, super cheap. And they have a ton of hardcover Star Wars novels. I bought one of them. It was, like, Star Wars, The New Rebellion, or something like that. Eat crow, motherfucker. reload. I don't think we've played a game this long on stream in a while. I guess this technically counts as an RPG, but it's really more like an action adventure. Not enough to summon some zombies to get them. Yeah, pay attention to those guys. Don't look over here. What do we got? Defense, resistance? Nah. Only Disney owned this series, so we could have Death saying Sora, Donald, Goofy. I did some kind of Kingdom Hearts tweet once. Oh, it was the Santa Claus, right. I did a Santa Claus Kingdom Hearts tweet. I wish they would make that a thing. Apparently you can now use a flash drive to mod a 360 using this exploit called Bad Update. I definitely need to do that to mine. Yeah, if Sony is, like, absolutely dead set on killing the physical market, yeah, if you can jailbreak your shit, just do it. As long as that hardware runs, take advantage of what it can do at this point. I might actually look into it myself. I've already been looking into getting like an SSD for my PS3 anyway. This hard drive's old as fuck. I got this PS3 in like 2011 with that like my first job. Uncharted, you play as a thief who needs to keep stealing pens. You can't stop sharding. I'd love to see the alternate universe where it's DreamWorks Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Donkey, you take Sora and get out of here! I miss the old days of gaming we had it all. I've been replaying a bit of Burnout 3. Yeah, I mean, even like... I posted my PS4 and 5 collection on Twitter yesterday. And someone pointed out in the quote retweets, like, almost all of these PS4 games are like almost all of the PS4 games are just enhanced PS3 games. So it's like even the good PS4 games mostly come from somewhere else. Jailbreak everything you have, de-Google your phones, use Exilbri or Pale Moon, etc., etc. I've never been a vehemently pro piracy guy. Like, I've never been anti-piracy. I understand why people do it, and fuck the big companies. It's just like I don't want to tamper with my hardware. Like, I value it. I want to keep it in good condition. I don't want to mess with like the internal bits of it. But you know, these companies make it impossible to get the games that are like even as old as like 10 years. Like they'll say, no, we don't want people buying that game anymore. We want them buying a new one. And yeah, like I keep telling people, play Genji. If you have a PS3, play Genji. It's so cheap. Like, copies of Genji are incredibly cheap. But if you could just, you know, jailbreak it and play it, then do that too. Like, copies of Folklore aren't cheap. It's from the same studio as Genji, but nobody cares about Genji. But Folklore is expensive. Like, copies go from like 60 to 100 bucks. What if you want to play Siren Blood Curse? I guess you can go fuck yourself, because Sony said no. We're not putting that. We're putting that on our shitty streaming service that doesn't even work. Dark Void is cheap too, but we're not going to get into why. I like Dark Void. Leave me alone. I was thinking of streaming that too. Leave Airtight Games Masterpiece out of this, okay? I have a jailbroken 360, downloaded a PS1 emulator, and played Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. It feels kind of cursed considering it's a PS1 exclusive. Oh, that's a good point. Like, playing any PS3 Spider-Man game is prohibitively expensive. Although, ironically, you can just get the Wii versions of those games, which are very cheap and are exactly the same. They just have pared down graphics. little known fact that the spider heads don't pay attention to, because nobody likes to buy Wii games except for me. Fun fact about Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, have 0 digital ports. They are hard copy. Yeah, especially if you want the DLC characters. Well, the DLC characters for Ultimate Alliance 2 are just gone. They're gone forever. The DLC characters for Ultimate Alliance 1, you can only get via the Gold Edition, which is probably extremely expensive as well. When am I playing some old-ass N64 games? I don't really like the N64. I like Sin and Punishment, and that's kind of it. Sin and Punishment and Majora's Mask are the only the only N64 games I really care about. Is there any Sega console I wouldn't want? I don't think the Master System is necessary. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's got mostly, like, most of the third-party games are already on the NES and play better. And the first-party games are, like, the only first-party games I play are, like, Sonic and maybe Alex Kidd. The Alex Kidd games you can emulate super easy. All the Sonic games are also on Game Gear, so there's really no reason to bother. Now we gotta push that pillar so we kill these dudes first. It's actually crazy to know some DLC is legitimately lost media. Yeah, once the PlayStation Store goes down, I think the only way to get the Prince of Persia Epilogue DLC is via the Xbox 360 Marketplace, which who knows if it's even still on there. Once, because Sega delisted Sonic 06 from the Xbox Store. I don't know if it's still on the PlayStation Store. If it is, the Sonic 06 Hard Mode DLC is also going to be lost media. That's crazy. That's insane. I miss Ultimate Alliance so much. That abortion of an attempt to reboot it was terrible. I hated it. I mean, the only thing I liked about Ultimate Alliance 3 was Hella's design, for good reason. But the gameplay was just worse in every way, and it really leaned into, like, shitty mobile game grind-a-thon bullshit. Like the worst Dynasty Warriors game you've ever played. And it was just not fun. Played the AC version of Raimi's Spider-Man 2. It has an absolute... It's an absolute joke. I get why people don't talk about it. I played the GameCube version growing up. And what I thought... Because you remember when you pause the menu and you look at the map and you see, like, the cars moving around? I thought those were, like, actually... the cars that were in the rendered city. I was like, how did they do that? This game's graphics are crazy! Obviously, they didn't do that. Obviously, that's just, like, a little, like, detail they added to the map. They had the gall to use the Civil War plot, and it wasn't even cool. It was like a dollar store imitation of Owlcat Games RPG. Yeah, Ultimate Alliance 2 is a lot weaker than the first one. It's still... I had a good time with it, but... I've already been here. I'm walking in circles. It's not... It is far from, like, my favorite game. I did like, well, I liked the DLC. I like that you can play as Carnage in the DLC. Supposedly, the Sentry appears, but only in the DS version, which I'm not playing the fucking DS version of Ultimate Alliance, but he's, like, my favorite Marvel character. The console-exclusive characters was such, like, a dumb idea. Well, like, what, you could only play as Moon Knight and Colossus on the Wii and the PS3 and the 360. Zoomers want to tear down older Kino. I noticed Gen A is actually holding older stuff better than it ever was. It's wild. I'm not going to blame it entirely on Zoomers. I am going to blame it on specific demographics of Zoomers, who I will not mention by name, but you know who. You know, the Goyim, the bottom of the barrel, the subhumans. So they eat the slop. They love the slop. It's delicious. That's all they want. They don't want... And if you don't want... If you play Resident Evil 4 and not Resident Evil 4 Remake... you're just stuck in your old way, your you know, old man ways. You don't like things to change. It's definitely not because that version of the game is way better and doesn't control like fucking shit and is made by one of the greatest directors in the industry. Not old. Yeah, I'm very pro Gen Z. I don't. Gen Z has a lot of stereotypes that are negative, which, you know, everyone does, but not all of them are like that. I'm sure more than like 50% of my mutuals are Gen Z. So I will never, I will always give them the benefit of the doubt. Sorry if I want my Ada to look and sound like she wasn't punched in the mouth a lot of times. You're asking too much, Meow. You're asking way too much. What letter's after Z? They just circled it back. It's Alpha now. Gen Z are unironic evil goals. Funny you say that, as I read the news, Xbox was previously using profits and revenue from Minecraft to fund the rest of the Xbox business. That's the funny thing, is like, you could shit on Sony's terrible movie games all you want. At least they were making games. The only game Microsoft has put out in the last few years that I've played was Doom the Dark Ages, which I'm not even buying that DLC that just released today until it's, like, severely discounted. I've learned my lesson. Nothing that is download only is worth buying at full price. I gotta fight Farseer now, right? Get a sip of my Wawa. Imagine you can live forever as a ghost and you just choose to sleep in your coffin anyway.
You should never have left your grave.
I enjoyed Ultimate Alliance 2, but my lack of DLC characters makes me feel like I have an incomplete game. The downside is the DLC characters were amazing picks. Like, Cable, Carnage, Juggernaut. It was fucking awesome. Like, great characters. They didn't have the sim discs from Ultimate Alliance 1, though. So, apart from the playable characters, they didn't add anything to the game. And once you played that game like 2 or 3 times, which I did play it probably like 7 times, like, you know, a new character or two is only going to change so much. And like the fusion abilities were not nearly as good as the ultimate attacks in the original game. So I would like to play as those characters again, but I don't know. It's just never going to happen. I hope it would be nice if someone like backed up Ultimate Alliance 2 with the DLC off of like a 360 version or something, or decompiled it. That would be great. I hope that happens someday, but Marvel fans are not industrious like that. We just got, what is it, a native PC port of Lost Odyssey, which I definitely want to play. That's an Xbox game I've always wanted to try. Alright, I can play the Summon Ghouls move, too. Let's lock in on the generic skeleton and not the evil ghost that's trying to kill me. These claws do so much fucking damage, it's crazy. See the chat moving along. I gotta lock in. I just don't want this guy to kick my. If I lose to Farseer, I'm gonna be pissed off because he's of the undead lords. He's the easiest one, and I'll have no one to blame but myself, honestly. be summoning, like, higher level dudes now. I don't think I ever noticed, because, like I said, I always min-max, so I usually just kick his ass. Almost got a full Reaper meter, too. Oh, no! Woo! Nice try, Farrah Queer. Yuck, 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 yuck. I thought that was pretty good. Alright, now we'll kick his face in. Or half my attack skill does not connect. I don't think I've ever had him this close to the wall before. I'm sure it's real. Whatever's going on is really cool. If I Google Darksiders nudes, what will I see? Probably a lot of Fury. Alright, we've got interdiction. We can use it now. What's up, Sebastian? You beat RE8? Great. I love Resident Evil 8. I don't know why everyone hates that one. We got homies now. Lost Odyssey is great, sort of. All of Hironobu Sakaguchi's non-Final Fantasy games are sort of great. I played the last story, and it was sort of great. Ever heard of the Lost Thor cutscene in Enter Electro? No, I've never actually played Enter Electro. I played a lot of the first one, though. What are my thoughts on Ape Escape? It's a fun game, both PSP and PS1 and PSP remake. Definitely need to play 2 and 3, hopefully. I've played the original. I never played sequels, but I love the original Ape Escape. One of the best video game soundtracks ever. I think there was an interdiction thing we could do on the first floor, so let's, oh wait, we can't. We gotta actually jump down there. You know what? Fuck that. Let's go up to the 3rd floor. Not really enjoying Resident Evil 7 when I have to play as someone not evil. Me and my fiance started that last week. We just got past, like the house, the little, like the house in the swamp with the bugs everywhere. I don't know what we're up to next. It's my first time playing. I've never played it. Ape Escape 3 is incredible. You should play. What's up, Kurono? I see you on Twitter all the time. Fellow peak game enjoyer. Yeah, I've heard Ape Escape 3 is pretty good. I played a little bit of Ape Escape 2, and I found it incredibly off-putting that the main characters were voiced by Ash and Misty. Actually more affected by Ethan's death this time. Originally, I thought he had no character, and he still kind of doesn't, but he's given 2 games, whereas Grace... I always love when he says, "Fuck you, you crazy bitch," to Mother Miranda. I hope I didn't say that really loud, because then I just spoiled the ending of Resident Evil 8 for my fiancé. Well, thank you for showing up, Corona. It's always enjoyable to have a new homie in the chat. It's going to take us a while to get through Darksiders, because we're playing it once a week. Once every other stream is a Sonic stream, because I got to placate the Sonic boys. Oh, we leveled up twice. Sweet. What do we got? Hits add Reaper energy. Fuck yeah. Let's level up our ghouls a bit. What does this do? More health? 43 damage per attack ghoul. How do I summon more ghouls? Oh, this allows me to summon an additional ghoul. I'll do that. Alright, we got Farseer. We got to go on to the next dungeon. I think do we have to talk to... Why are you telling me to aim at the Dead Lord or something? We got what we need. Right? Am I losing my mind? Am I losing my fucking mind? Did I just go in a circle for no reason? I did. There's a door in here that we need Farseer to get through. Mother Miranda is actually... I didn't have much difficulty with it the first time I played it. Let's go to the 4th floor. Why am I going in circles here? I've never played this game while streaming, so if I get a little distracted, it's because I'm reading the chat. We already went in there. Bruno, are you American? I don't think I checked if your account is based in America. I just assume all my own fees are American. We have some euros in here. Fallon's not in the chat today. He's Turkish. He's the one Turkish person I'll tolerate. Chicago born and raised. All right, well, I'm a New Yorker. Well, not the city. Thank God, not the city. Stop telling me I can do stuff with Pharisee. I know I can do that. We're leaving. Unless there's an object that I need, then I'm just being retarded. But who knows? We'll find out. He's Indian! Yeah, I think that's the worst thing about Mamdani. Like, nobody ever brings up the fact that he's Indian. That's the worst. That's the worst of all his traits. Resident Evil Kino 6. I love Resident Evil 6. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I heard of Warhammer, aka Imperator Forge. Used to scream Forge Gang, I am a hard man at the beginning of every stream until Forge Gang disbanded. That, I mean, you know, that's one way to build an audience. You gotta like let the homies know you love them. And I love you guys. All right, this is where the next tomb is. Find Judicator. Judicator's tomb is long as fuck. We might not do the whole thing tonight because it is possibly the longest place in the game. But first, we are gonna go buy some shit at the Eternal Throne. Why do I like 6? I don't know. It's just like fun. It's a really good. I think people don't give it enough credit as like a solid third-person shooter. Yeah, it's like a shitty horror game, but like it's got all these crazy mechanics, and every character plays slightly differently and gets different weapons, and it's got split-screen co-op, which is, you know, doesn't fucking happen these days. You love your homies? I'd kiss you goodnight, Sneed, but we don't live anywhere near each other, I don't think. But otherwise, I totally would. Yes, RE6 is very mechanically fun. If you play the Mercenaries mode, it really shines. I love when the game has to load Ostagot's like 2 lines of dialogue. Give me potions. Let me sell you some crap. I have one of your little totems. Got any good gear for me, homie? Oh, that's my stuff. You need to... Anything that increases my arcane. Pretty please. Actually, no. Let's talk to Draven and see if we get new moves. Revelations 2 is hard. I never played it. I played it for like 5 minutes with my ex, and then when I realized one of us was not allowed to use guns, I was like, fuck this, and I turned it off. I don't even know which is which. I'm just buying them. Buying everything. And the boxes down here should have respawned, so maybe we'll get some more health items. Oh, it's loading this small room. Very glad I own RE6 on disc on PS3. Yeah, I was going to... I would have gotten rid of my PS4 copy if the Switch version was a physical version, but the Switch version is the only DLC. I got that Resident Evil triple pack that came with 4, 5, and 6, and 5 and 6 are just downloaded. Same with the Origins collection. They put Resident Evil 0 on the fucking cartridge, and they didn't put Resident Evil 1 on the cartridge. But they could definitely both fit. So they were just... Capcom was just being retarded, not even cheap. They're just being lazy. I remember running out of ammo a lot. I don't care why people didn't like Revelations 2. I thought it was good, but it's pretty hard. I remember it was like... There was a lot of like saw traps. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. Kind of like the Evil Within. I do have a copy of it. I'll play it eventually. Look, if Sony's gonna try to drag us kicking and screaming into the digital future, I'm perfectly fine just playing what I already have. I don't have to give them a fucking dime. Let's go find Judicator's tomb. Go to the world. Go show me the world map. Toggle over. So he is down this way, so we'll go to Farisir's tomb. It's very determined to stealth. You can do stealth in it? That's weird. I mean, they added stealth in Requiem. So, you know, it's not unheard of at this point. I loved Requiem. I don't care what anyone says. I don't know why, like, people turned on that game so fast after release. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid shit in it. So what? It's Resident Evil. Stupid shit in all of them. I like Resident Evil on, like, a moment-to-moment basis. I'm not precious about the lore. I'm precious about the lore for some games, but Resident Evil is not one of them. As much as I love it. Oh, we got a little gemmy. Like Darksiders, I'm pretty sure they made all the lore in this shit on the fly, so if something doesn't add up, I won't complain too much. I forgot how to equip this. I can't, like, quick equip this, because then I have to unequip something else. Maybe I'll put it where I have the grippy. Since we're going to need a lot for the next few dungeons. Do you mind? Darksiders lore, you mean the Bible? A very loose interpretation of the Bible. Open the door for me, slave. Resident Evil is so weird because the series has so many different feeling entries, but people act like it doesn't offer nearly enough. I love that people are like, oh my god, there hasn't been a Resident Evil game with a female protagonist in so long. And then, like, Resident Evil 9 just came out and people are like, yeah, but Grace had to share that game with Leon. So what? Almost every Resident Evil game has multiple playable characters. Requiem just makes you play as them. A lot of people bitching about Grace were dumb. It's like, okay, Tards, did you not like 7 and 8? Yeah, like, oh, this is a new character. It's like, yeah, we had a new character in 7. People complain when they don't bring back existing characters. They complain when they do bring back existing characters. It's like Sonic fans. You just gotta, like, play the new thing, and if you like it, great. If you don't like it, I guess stop buying them. I don't know. But the best one only has Leon. Really? I don't know, man. I don't remember Resident Evil Survivor having Leon in it. Someone fact-checked me on that. And Dead Aim, too. That's the second best one. I don't remember Leon in that one either. People who don't like Grace sharing the screen with Leon were more than happy for Carlos to share the screen with Jill. Yeah, and you have to play as him there, too. And it's basically the same thing. It just runs around and shoots some zombies for a couple minutes. Dead Aim is tied with Code Veronica for best save room music. I remember Kieran streaming Dead Aim. I only had the opportunity to play that a little bit as a kid, because someone brought it over my house. And he had, like, the gun peripheral and everything. But it was too scary for me. The graphics were just too good. I guess Leon was in Operation Raccoon City. Alright, this shit is going to take forever. This dungeon is really long, and it's also kind of hard. So we're probably not going to finish it tonight. We'll see. You have to climb... So, while we're in the process of finding the 3 dead lords, one of them says, hey, do me a favor and find 3 lost souls while you're at it. And then each one is like its own mini dungeon. So, this is going to be a minute. It's going to take some time. I ain't going to lie, I ain't going to sugarcoat it. 9 was cool because Grace's parts were 7 and Leon was RE4 Remake, and I like both. You're probably the only person in this chat who likes the RE4 Remake. I hated it. I absolutely hated that game. Which is weird, because I hated Final Fantasy VII Remake also, but then I'm playing Rebirth, and I really like it. And a lot of people hate Rebirth. Long and hard, I gotta finish. You never become a somebody without being a literally who first. People are saying, is a literally who, and it's like, okay, so is Ethan. I'm gonna spoil some stuff for the game, so please don't get mad at me. The game's been out for months now. There is a part, I genuinely thought the little kid was gonna die, and I was really glad that the kid didn't, because I was like, that feels like too dark for Resident Evil. Resident Evil is like a scary horror game, and people die all the time, but that just felt like almost too much. So I'm glad that they plot bullshitted their way to that kid still being alive. That emoji you use, Prairie Judge, it looks like it's fucking Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. Adjudicator, what are you doing? I need you to stand on this button for me. Yeah, he's not meant for something that dark. Yeah, that was very upsetting. And Leon just, like, shot the kid. He's like, yeah, whatever. He didn't give it a second thought until there was a way to undo it. So we know, canonically, Leon will just straight up shoot a kid in the face if he has to. He would have shot that kid in Resident Evil 2 Remake. If her dad wasn't in the room, he probably would have just done it. No, I don't like the Resident Evil 4 Remake because it's basically just like beat for beat, mostly the same game. The stuff they change is worse. And it doesn't... And the stuff they added is also not very good. Resident Evil 2 Remake is, like, so fundamentally different from the original game that I just, it's just like a different take, so it doesn't really bother me as much. I forgot about this fucking thing. It's so annoying. It's a buckler. What if it was called a cuckler? Instead of blocking enemies, you just watched other people have sex in front of you when you wore it. Right, they're prowlers. They're just zombie prowlers. That's why they're fucking annoying, because prowlers are the worst enemies. We just made them slightly harder, which is exactly what they needed to be. God, this bonehead's gonna kill me. Alright. Grace's acting was too good for the Saturday morning cartoon that is Resident Evil. They do kind of treat Resident Evil like it's like this prestige thing now. And it's very weird because Resident Evil is so silly. I associate it with so much like goofy nonsense. I can understand that. I felt like RE4 Remake felt different enough, but the mechanics are objectively worse. Leon moves too slow. The aiming reticles sucks and doesn't make sense for an action game. Yeah, it's just... If I'm gonna play the same game again, either it needs to be objectively better, or it needs to be different enough that I don't notice that it's worse. And it was not different enough that I know... It was the amount of stuff they cut from it actually made me more angry. They saved it for, like, the Ada DLC, which you had to buy separately, even though that was included in every version of Resident Evil 4 that wasn't the fucking original GameCube release. Like, what were they thinking? See, Seb Leon has to move slower so his movements look real. We can't, God forbid, we can't have tank controls, otherwise the normies will absolutely lose their shit. Never bought the DLC because I hated Ada's voice actress. Very reasonable. She was really bad. Yes. Can I just like, resummon him? I don't want to wait a half hour for him to come up the stairs. RE4 is so accessible that there's not a huge justification to remake it. Yeah, you can kind of justify the Silent Hill 2 remake because apparently, I think Konami is just like, we don't want to risk. They really want to get back in people's good graces by making games again, and they don't want to risk Silent Hill 2 HD again. They don't want to deal with that backlash, people saying their port of the game sucked or something, so they're just like, just remake it. Got a studio that does horror games. So I understand. I think a lot of people don't understand like the business reasoning why they did it, and they just assume they just like, oh well, remakes are popular now. No, they did a remake, but they did it specifically for a game that is like really difficult to port. No, Death. Why would you jump that way? Can I not get up there? All right. Get over there. Get on that button for me. I'm sure that does something useful. Bro, where the fuck are you? What are you doing down there? That remake was awful. I didn't finish it. But I'm glad that they made it because then Bloober Team they used all the stuff they learned from that to make Chronos, which I loved. That was my favorite game from last year. They make it, I didn't like it. It was endless enemy encounters and Angela's VA sounded like she was on downers. What I played of it is I got through. We like just finished the hotel, and I think that took us like 4 hours. Which is, like, longer than the entirety of the original game, if you know what you're doing. I understand why they remade Final Fantasy, though. Because they've been obsessed with, like, a realistic depiction of Final Fantasy VII ever since Advent Children.
I have no time for the likes of you, horsemen. I hear the pleas of the dead, not the damned.
And what of the pleas of your lord?
I serve him even now, though he would reward my efforts with eternal torment.
You did leave the Eternal Throne.
Even here there are souls lost, waiting to be judged and sent into the city of the dead. I have heard 3 such spirits wandering the corridors. Find them and bring them back to me. Once I have cleansed them of their past, I will hear what troubles the Lord of Bones.
Why hear the pleas of the dead?
Before a soul can enter the city of the dead, its secrets must be laid bare, and its life judged. It is a matter of mercy.
Fancy fetch quest, yes.
The souls will wander, lost and blind.
We gotta do it 3 times. Tank controls are unappreciated because it requires too much focus for the dumbed-down masses. Yeah. Speaking of tank controls, has anyone played that Onimusha demo? I haven't. I do have the game pre-ordered, but I heard mixed things. I really wish that they went with the Onimusha 4 art style instead of reverting back to the original, because now it just feels like, you know, Neo already ate their lunch. Like, what are they? They're just making another Neo. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. They also summon ghouls. Tank controls are hard for made with that spatial reasoning. Yes, we have to appeal to third worlders. Otherwise, our game won't sell 5 infinity billion copies. I'm actually, like, I've been on the fence about, like, canceling my own Onimusha pre-order. This is, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it at first. Like, it's $80, man. Like, I don't know if I want to buy that shit for full price. I doubt it's going to be that good, and it's probably going to be, like, 4 hours long. Come here, bozo. Where's your boss? He's over there. Need more crows. Almost got him. I love Death summoning himself as a stand. Yeah, I don't even think War could do anything like that. So, like, I guess when, like, the 7th seal is broken, they can just, like, permanently retain that form, because why else would they have... Supposedly, the Charred Council gave them, like, incredible powers, but we never really see any evidence of that in the game, apart from their Wrath modes. Who knows? Who can say? Worst Chaos mode sucked the big one. I never felt so depowered in the supposed power-up mode. Yeah, it's not great. It's not very good from what I remember. Furies is more useful, but that's because Darksiders 3 is so hard, any advantage feels like a blessing. Okay. I don't think he can open that one. Let's try this one. DSP and its consequences have been a disaster for the games. That's true. It's really sad to say, because DSP's been around for a long time when you think about it. He's been around since, you know, since games were good. But he's kind of directly responsible for them being bad now. Did you guys see, Ethan Ralph baited Medicare into, like, posting his, like, posting an actual video, and Medicare's floor is, like, disgusting. It doesn't look like he's vacuumed in several weeks. He's straight up, like, slob maxing, I guess. Oh, I want the gun. A little grippy. Got some puzzles to solve, baby. Gunt maxing. Imagine getting gunted. Asian wife too busy? Yeah, what could she possibly be doing? Cooking a dog can't take that long, can it? He thinks we all buy the He's terminals. I've been... Look, I was, like, all in on it. Like, I was like, people need to, like, not make fun of him. If he's sick, it's not cool. But he's... Wasn't he supposed to be dead, like, several years ago? It's a conspiracy at this point. It's been years now, he's full of it. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember he, like, posted, like, all this shit, and he's like, these are my official documents of all the diseases and treatments I've had. And it's like, at this point, did they just, like, get someone else's documents and like, put his name on them? Defense, health. Do I have gauntlets that I update my arcane? If I don't, then I can equip that. That would be nice. No, it's going to lower my arcane. I can't do it. This self-imposed rule I've put on myself is making this game 10,000 times harder. Get on over there, Bozo. He posted a ton of meds because Mersh kept A-logging him. Imagine getting pressed by Mersh. Imagine. Apart from stroking out on stream several times, there is nobody less relevant than Mersh. And that's the only lolcow news I've been aware of. I didn't even watch the latest Maddie stream. It's like, yeah, we get it. Like, Troons and Indians are ruining everything, and there's no funny lolcows anymore. So who cares? Even Cog is more relevant than Mersh. That is factually accurate. The only thing I know about the merch guy is he called Jim Norton on Opie and Anthony once to make fun of his cartoon. I still love Little Tomlinson. Maddie is just on a melon loop. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it and I was like, this is boring, honestly. Wake me up when Jim Sterling does something again. And actually, I did watch that, what was his name, like Liquid Sonic or something? I watched his Jim Sterling video, even though I said I wasn't going to do it. I broke my oath. It was good. It was a good video. It was pretty solid. And he goes so far. He won me over when he referred to Jim as a fat gay weirdo. So I was like, all right, this guy's good. I'll allow it. All right, we're gonna have to fight some ghouls, right? Yes, we gotta fight another one of these motherfuckers. And like, what is it? Like Spoonie just came out and he's like, oh, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm not making any more content. And it's like, wow. Blows my mind. I can't imagine it. Spoonie not making content anymore. And someone else just did another video on JonTron. It's like, the internet is on like an endless loop at this point. It's over. The internet is over. Physical games are over and the internet is over. There's nothing left. There's nothing to enjoy that isn't from 10 years ago. Might just be my grave. Because, these guys are kicking my ass. Ah, it was my grave. It was my grave all along. Not even using the Joe Mad artwork. No, I use my own, okay? My own precious artwork. My own Soy Jack Chard Council. Fair pre-transition that aptly described Jim Sterling. Yeah, but Jim Sterling was kind of like... He's like your average gamer. Oh, right. I think I get a full health refill if I die. Sweet. Unk Gem Supremacy. Yeah, honestly. I mean, after this, I'm playing more Edge Kino after this. I was thinking maybe the Darkness 2, even though I don't really like that game that much. It's better than what we get now. Maybe Gungrave, some weirdo esoteric shit. But still Edge Kino. I want to keep the edge going. Oh god, I'm almost dead already. I thought I'd get a full health refill. Yeah, the worst enemy types in this game are the ones that spawn more enemies because it's just hard to see what you're doing. I might have to teleport back and get more potions. I really don't think I can. Are liches in the Bible? Is that a thing? That sounds like some pagan shit. That doesn't sound like something from the Bible. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some more potions. Am I wearing the vessel? I'm wearing a gray t-shirt. I honestly look like I'm a labor camp survivor. You're playing my Star for... Is it any... I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure the new Star Fox is fine. It's a remake of the old one, and they just kind of like copy-pasted new graphics over the old game, so I'm sure it's good. Yeah, let's teleport away. Let's get some more potions. If we do hit a wall where it's just like the gear that we're equipping based on the arcane stat isn't working, we are eventually going to have to, you know, min-max, but I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. Am I wearing... I have a denim jacket. I think two vastly different games on and off. One is Okami for the PS2, the other is Manhunt. I've never played Okami. I've heard it's amazing. Everyone on Earth has said it's awesome. I would like to play it. I would like to play. You know, I've always been a physical media guy, so I would like to own a physical copy of it. I don't think they did a physical copy of the HD version. Come here, Bozo. Actually, you know what? Before I talk to you, let's break the boxes in the basement again. We might get some free stuff. Extremely good. Really enjoying it. I feel like playing Ocarina all over again. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. We're playing a Zelda knockoff right now. I do enjoy. I wish more games ripped off the Zelda formula because obviously Nintendo has no interest in making them. Oh, they didn't respawn the boxes. Do the boxes stay gone unless I like reset the game? That's fucked up. What a bizarre use of system memory. No vest, no hat, no worry without support. I know, I'm gonna be sent to the poorhouse pretty soon because I haven't been wearing my vest. It's a Joe Mad original game. Yeah, he's the original fan of Zelda. Okami HD, you can get physical for Switch multi-language. Oh, okay, so maybe I could get that from PlayAsia then. Oh, he restocked his potions at least. Thank you, kind sir. Alright. I sure do, buddy. Alright, let's go back to where we were. I don't usually agree with Synthetic Man, but he was right when he said that this mechanic seems like just a band-aid for bad design. So I could just teleport back and forth to exactly where I was in the dungeon at any time. I've been really getting into posters. I'm looking at my wall. I have a Metroid Prime 4 poster. I have a Silent Hill F poster. And I was digging through my PS3 games because I was thinking, like, what am I going to stream next? I found that I do have a poster for The Darkness 2. So maybe I'll hang that up. Even though I don't love that game, I love The Darkness in general. Alright, try this again. I'm into walls? I'm in your walls. You can probably hear me gaming right now if you listen real close. Starting to feel like that, buddy. But I'm gonna stick it out anyway. Ah! Synth is a cornerstone of autistic nitpicking in video. He is. Well, I mean, if he just nitpicked video games, I'd be fine with him. I like when he's talking about games he's interested in, but he talks about things he's very clearly not interested in, and that's very boring. Kingdom Hearts 2, when you find the cornerstone of light, that's just all of Synth's gaming opinions turned into a stone. We're gonna give this one more go, and if I get raped again, we're just gonna min-max. We're gonna go all in on just wailing on these motherfuckers. But we'll still do the arcane build. We're still gonna focus on the necromancer ability path. I gotta give it my all. The gauntlets are like we focused on using light weapons and they're cool, but the reach of the big weapons is just so like so much more useful. More zombies in there. I need more goofies helping me out. Every ghoul that I summon is one of you guys, spirit helping me out, helping me beat this annoying fucking Lich King. The Lich King. Oh, we got a Reaper. fill up. Okay, that's pretty good. Use that. Alright, we survived another encounter while maintaining this shitty build. Anyone drop anything good? Let's see. Piercing damage, ice damage. What about gear that I can equip? Play this game. I've only played Darksiders 3, the one that went from being Zelda to Dark Souls. I didn't really... The thing about Darksiders 3, I enjoy Darksiders 3, but it is hard to get into and it's hard to recommend. Is to, like, you need to play on a lower difficulty the first time. It is not made for playing it on normal. It is made to grind up your stats to an insane degree and then, you know, slowly escalating to higher difficulties. It also runs on Unreal, so it runs like shit on every platform. The best console version of Darksiders 3 is the Switch version, but only if you're playing it on the Switch 2, because it uncaps the frame rate. Every other console version runs at 30 FPS and it's locked. The diarrhea came. I almost shit my floor trying to get to the bathroom. I may have gotten a hernia. Man, I was shitting for like an hour yesterday. Well, that's because on Sunday I ate 8 chili dogs for dinner with Carolina Reaper onions that I bought at a local fair. So, you know, you could say I did it to myself, but I blame the toilet. The toilet's fault. Just 8, yeah, I know, very small amount for me. Wait, I can just go down here. What am I doing? Played Darksiders 3 like a games journalist. No, I've played it on... I don't remember what the highest difficulty I played on. I've played it on some of the higher difficulties, but it has like... That's like 8 difficulty settings, so I've never pushed all the way to the highest one, because I imagine it's just infuriating and not fun. Oh, wait, I'm going backwards. That's gonna take me not to Judicator, and we need to give this freaking soul to him. Oh man, speaking of hot dogs, I am glad that, you know, what's-his-face won another hot dog eating contest. Forget the World Cup, who cares? It's a made-up dumb sport nobody in America likes anyway. Eating hot dogs is where we really shine. I also had to pee, so I had to hold in both. We're gaming over. I've had times where if I have to take a piss, I'm just like, you know what? If I'm gaming and I have to take a piss, I'll just hold it as long as possible. And then when I'm finally like, I'm at my limit, I have to pee, I just turn the game off and I do something else after.
Judgment is at hand.
Enjoy this scene. We're going to see the exact same scene 2 more times.
Humans, always so frightened. See your life as you truly live.
He's like a less edgy Ghost Rider. He kind of just like penance wafts them. Dude diapers. We should make a dude diapers brand for gamer dudes. For when you absolutely have to take a shit while gaming. I gotta drop a fat one, but I can't possibly pause my game, even though I'm playing a single-player adventure game. Oh, we gotta fight a mini-boss here. Oh, the big jailer guy from Darksiders 1, I think. Oh no, we have to fight waves of enemies first. Mafia 3 approved diapers. Not yet. Not yet. Have I made Death join the Slipknot along with Rick from Splatterhouse? I think I did. I did a meme like ages ago where it was like the Avengers if it was good, and it was like Death from Darksiders. It was Spawn. It was, I think, Heller from Prototype 2. Who else? Who else was in it? I can't remember. Oh, and Reboot Edgy Dante. And Shadow the Hedgehog, of course. Why wouldn't he be there? Give me that potion. I need it. I need it. Oh, wow. I didn't know that guy was coming. Why would Death lock on the guy who's not close? What's another question? The RNG is being kind for once. It's hard to believe. Well, now that I'm formally affiliated with the, or acquainted with the Legacy of Kain games, I could definitely add Kain to my Avengers if they were good list.
You cannot win.
Maybe Raziel. Raziel is like the less edgy of the two, though. He's kind of just like, man, I wish I wasn't like a weird ghost. EMC Reboot was hard to actually reliably combo in due to no lock-on target. Well, for some reason, the lock-on in the Definitive Edition really didn't make it much better. Halo gave me such Rico from Killzone vibes. Imagine he had Rico's voice actor, though. That'd be great. Oh man, if I feel a massive swell of hot piss and shit, much less hot air in my junk region, I want to swallow a hot 10 gauge. Speaking Torch of Splatterhouse, I've been thinking about playing it again. I've just been like thinking about Edge Kino, like it's been on my mind. Any Edge Kino game that I like, I'm like, I gotta play it again. I want to play it again. Might even stream Shadow the Hedgehog again at this point. I have so much edge. Can't stop thinking about that edge. Part of me also wants to stream Final Fantasy 13, but that would be like a multi-month process. And the first 2 streams wouldn't be very interesting because those first couple of chapters are very easy. But I just like that game. I want to play that again too. I have a lot of games on my mind and I don't have the time to play them. Which is why Sony deciding that they think they're going to kill the physical market really like, alright man, I'll just stop buying shit. I got so many games I want to play and play again. It's really not a concern. Oh fuck, we got 3 of them? Damn! Help me, zombies. You're my only hope. Try Hatred? I don't have the Suffering. I know Hatred is pretty readily available on PC. I would like to play it. I'm not a huge fan of twin-stick shooters. It's just not a... It's not a gameplay design that I enjoy. Give me help. Give me help, my crows. pointing over there, bozo? That ain't where the bad guys are. Just having 2 guys as opposed to 3 is like much less stressful.
It will hurt.
Ah! Let me see. Hatred is true encoded. Just because you act like one doesn't mean that's true. Hatred's tough. I mean, you know, most twin stick shooters are. Raziel's just depressed. That's true. Microsoft wants to replace the employees they fired with a bunch of H-1Bs. I knew this would happen based on what other SAR do not redeems do whenever they... Yeah, well, I think it was Low Ping made a post. Was like, imagine what the... Guess what they're gonna do next? How the fuck does Death die? Because he's just like a guy. In Darksiders lore, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are just like 4 dudes. Well, 3 dudes and 1 female. You could switch to first person in the Suffering, and the monsters were designed by Stan Winston Studios. That's pretty cool. I actually just got, speaking of games with cool monster designs, I mentioned this last stream, the absolute final last game I'm buying for the PS5. I got Scorn on sale. It was like 75% off. So it just seemed like right up my alley, like aesthetically. So I was like, I gotta try this shit out. It looks cool as fuck. And hopefully it's good. I've heard mixed things, but it's also short, so if it sucks, it sucks. Does my Reaper gauge stay the same when I die, but like I don't regain health? What is going on? I mean, that works for me. It's just like weird. A weird oversight, I think. I don't think they intended for that to be the case. I got this. Prepare to die, fuckers. Or at least one of you. Now I'm pretty sure we have to fight a mini-boss. Yep. That means Pestilence can get tapeworms. There is no Pestilence. It is Fury and Strife. Which, I don't know. What is Strife? Just like, you're like stressed out, I guess? I experience Strife anytime I have to do an 8-hour shift. There's a health item over there. You guys distract him. Oh, he did his fucking armpit vomit again. That instantly kills them. Well, now it's really making me regret this build. Strife in that context usually means conflict or discord. So war. So what you're saying is war. War is the next stage of Strife. Well, that explains why Strife is the weakest one. He's the sensitive young man of the group. pretty sure at some point we have to fight 2 of these motherfuckers. I don't think I think that's in the City of the Dead, though. I don't think that's here. One big guy is 1,000 times easier than 3 like medium-sized guys. Strife for me is annoying my and playing with his paws and to get him to bite me. Oh, well, my dad likes to do that too. He loves like deliberately like pushing his dogs to physically attack him. He thinks it's fun in a playful way, not in a psychotic way. Strength experience. Strife is non-physically violent, usually. Well, that's why he uses guns. He's the most standoffish one. I think of celebrating my diarrhea with a beer. That makes sense. Spiced 100 proof rum. No diarrhea yet. I don't think I get, like, the whiskey shits, so... couldn't be me. Then again, I usually just drink beer or wine. I don't like hard liquor. It's not for me. It's not to my taste. Oh yeah, I guess we gotta summon this fuckface. White or red? I prefer red. I don't like white wine. Oh, I didn't mean to send you away. Come back. Go over there.
From dust I am reborn.
Go on. Fucking bum. Get to work.
As you command.
Sensitive young horseman in a Faustian world. That reminds me, I got 2 copies of Faust, the comic book, and I really should read those. Found them at a thrift store. It's like, ooh, I've never read this. This is like the edgiest of the Edge Kino. Too bad we never got a Faust video game. I've peed the bed plenty drunk. Oh no. My bladder is locked down tight. I've never ever pissed the bed. As an adult, probably as a child. I can't verify if I've pissed the bed as a child, but I've definitely not pissed the bed as an adult. I like white, but I get red if I'm making mulled wine. It's not for me. I don't know. It's too, I don't know. It tastes too much like grape juice, I guess. I don't like it. I kind of like the nail polishiness of shitty wine. Darksiders type shit, Phil. Oh man, people saying he's wearing diapers is so funny because he takes it completely seriously. We got 8. We need 2 more. I despise wine. I get a hangover without even passing out. I never get hungover from wine. I don't get really hungover much in general because I'm a very hydrated young man. I drink so much liquid all the time. Colored diapers for the July 4th closet cleansing. DSP is not cleaning his closets out. He holds on to crap as long as the IRS will let him. I've never had a hangover. Must be nice. I had a hangover. The worst hangover I've had 2 hangovers that like I distinctly recall. I'm sure I've had other ones, but these 2 specifically. One time during COVID, we drank 5 bottles of wine, so 2.5 each. That gave me a really. I felt like I was dying. Like it just was awful. And then one time we drank 2 bottles of sake, and that felt like I was just walking around with like a needle digging into the front of my brain all day. So, yeah, hangovers aren't fun. Only been hungover twice, at both times because of gin and tonic. That's why I avoid hard liquor. I don't get hangovers from hard liquor, but I black out pretty easily. So it's like, no. When I'm at a party and everyone's like, let's do shots, I'm like, you guys have a great time. I hope you enjoy it, because I will not be doing that. How do I get this door open? Do I need that bitch-ass Pharisee to help me out? Oh, here, what's this? What do we do with this? Shots are so stupid. I mean, I like them from time to time just because I like the taste of whiskey. But I also don't want to, like, sip on a big old glass of it. Like, I could go for, the tiniest amount of liquor possible. Sounds good to me. But then you do, like, 2 or 3, and it's like, oh, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah, we gotta level up. And he dropped something that I will grab in a moment. That other guy didn't notice me. Just a potion. Boring. It's like Budweiser. I don't like Budweiser. It's boring. Boring. Let's see, what do we got? Why would I want a shield that lasts 8 seconds? Add 5 Reaper energy. Explosion deals 320. I don't know. Should we do more ghouls or more crows? I think maybe making the crows more useful might be worth it. I like IPAs too. I'm not gonna, but I like things that are bitter. So, let's see, Reaper energy. Yeah, let's get that. Jack Daniels is the GOAT. My dad loves Jack Daniels. I'm not saying that as an insult to you. He just it's just a thing that he likes. He used to call a Jack and Coke his sleepy juice. And then he quit drinking for 10 years and started drinking it with, like, moderation. We were just, like, spawning 30 more enemies. We just fought a bunch of enemies. Another High Life and a Coors Banquet. My fiance's mom loves a Miller High Life. That's her favorite beer. So whenever we visit her, we usually bring like a 6-pack of that.
It will be your brain.
Yukon, oh my god. I think I've told you guys the story of the old man who died in my dad's basement who loved Yukon Jack. I don't think I mentioned that he liked Yukon Jack, but he was obsessed with it. I think it's ripping the Prowlers to shreds. Basically never or rarely drink, because drinking alone is depressing. No. Drinking alone is the worst. Maybe I'll have, like, a beer if I'm home alone, doing some gaming. But it dulls your reflexes, so it's not good for gaming. This increases my arcane critical damage, but lowers my defense. Let's just do it. They look badass, so it's kind of worth it. Hit a guy that died on a couch, too? Yes, he lived in my dad's basement, and, he was just like this old guy that my family knew, and he died. He was a huge asshole, and everyone hated him. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I want to say maybe like 8 years ago, he just like died, and they found his bloated corpse in the basement, completely butt-ass naked. I wasn't there, but it must have been a sight to see. I had a guy that died next to a couch in my house. I did too. He died while I was away for college for the week. Oh, well, I assume you guys all liked your respective old basement men more than we like this guy. He was a fucking asshole. Me and my brother keep doing impressions of him, and it pisses my dad off. Talk like this. Couldn't help but constantly talk about how he had a bladder cancer. Had to shoot like a bloater. When people say they're bloat maxing, they don't have the balls to really just swell up in someone's basement. Oh yeah, apparently his toilet was just full of blood. Yeah, this guy wasn't really an asshole, no. No, ideally you don't want someone like that. Let's see, defense, critical damage, strength. Fuck! Give me some stuff that boosts my arcane. Make a pretty good time. I don't even think you have like a real boss fight here. I think you just fight like maybe like a stalker and then you just leave. I know we have to fight. Oh right, no, you have to fight like a weird skeleton guy. He's like half a skeleton and he summons other skeletons. I remember now. Starting to think the necromancy was an afterthought, right? You barely ever get stuff that raises your arcane, which sucks because the stuff that raises your arcane stat always looks the coolest. But, you know, I'm trying my best to tough it out, but it really doesn't. They definitely were just like, nah, just do like min-maxing all the time. Thank God we didn't do definitive difficulty. Because boy, oh boy, that would have been... It's torture when you're min-maxing. Doing it without it would have been like a disaster. Boy, I love weird skeleton guys. Is that like Sans? Sans if he was based. This is Undertale if it was a good game. Fuck. I knew he did have to fight a stalker at some point. Oh good, I have Reaper in it. Fuck you. You won't even let me change. Fuck. Oh, he got me. I remember as a kid, my neighbor who lived alone died, and they discovered him after about a week. It reeked of putrefaction when he walked by his house and saw a bunch of cops and EMS around. Ugh. I wonder if his stomach burst. We made out like the couch was haunted, and if you had to sleep on it, you might see Chewie down the hallway wanting his couch back. Well, there was... Because this guy lived in my dad's house, and this was around, like, I just remember, like, I took a girlfriend over, and we pulled up to the house, because I was staying there at the time, and he lived in the basement, I was living on the first floor, and we just, like, see him in the windowsill on the first floor, like, lurking, like, some kind of, like, scary ghoul, and he, like, by the time we got inside, he was completely gone, so it seemed creepier. According to my brother, he did, in fact, see that man while he was alive, because he just walked around with a bathrobe on with nothing underneath. So, you know, I didn't see that thing. I didn't need that. I didn't need that scarring. That emotional damage. Some piercing damage. Give me more arcane, bitch! What? Yeah, this is like an old man walking around my dad's house in a bathrobe. Oh, good times. Wonderful memories. Oh, there's a thing up there, and I feel compelled to get it. At least discover him in the crawl space. A lot like that movie, The Boy. That was certainly a movie. I watched both of those movies. I don't even remember. The second one, the doll is, like, actually haunted, whereas in the first one, the girl just thinks the doll is haunted, but it's just like a guy, like a grown man living in the walls, doing stuff. You know why they really call it a crawl space? Because you just crawl around on the floor naked in there. If the mailman comes up to your house, you just like try to grab him from underneath.
Judgment is at hand.
Alright, this is the exact same cutscene. Just watching the same exact cutscene.
Humans, always so frightened.
Is that Steve Blum? It kind of
See
sounds
your
like him.
life as you truly live.
Because it's so small of a space. Yeah, I mean, I figured. I love how movies, if there's ever a house with a crawl space in a movie, there's going to be like a scary jump scare in it. I don't remember how the jump scare in The Visit went, but there was a crawl space jump scare in that movie. The old lady crawling around under the house. I actually don't remember how that movie ended. I don't remember how most of M. Night Shyamalan's movies ends, and because they're usually not super memorable. I actually watched Glass a few months ago, and it's not even a few months ago, like last month, and I don't remember it at all. Did everyone die? Oh good, we're doing this again. I forgot about this. Like that awful new Scream movie? I didn't see it. I watched Scream 5, and I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to watch any more Scream movies ever again. Yeah, help me out. Help me out, Farrissier. You got this. Let's maximize the number of homies we can get in one fight. Alright, can we go up? What floor are we on? The first floor? Nev Campbell isn't in it, I'm not watching. It's just, I feel like they burnt through the entire concept in the first movie. There's not really much else. It is a subversive wink at the screen slasher movie. Like, what else could you possibly do with it? What does this do? Okay. Well, I need you to go over to that one first, buddy.
Yes.
I think 1 through 4 are all bangers. the only thing I remember is the second one has Omar Epps getting stabbed in the ear and Timothy Olyphant as the killer. And he has weird, spiky, late 90s, early 2000s hair. And the third one, they really like go off the deep end, and they say Nev Campbell has a secret like brother that she never knew about, and there's a Creed music video tied into the movie, which is awesome. The Creed music video is the best thing about Scream. I don't remember why Timothy Olyphant did what he did, so I can't say if he was justified. That Creed music video is fire. The best Scream movie is actually called Heart Eyes. That movie was great. That was like, what if Scream was good? Creed's in every 90s thrill. Yeah, they're song What's This Life For is in the credits for Halloween H2O. I am a Creed aficionado. Love Creed. Not just Higher. Okay, not just One Last Breath, but all of it. All of Creed. Down here, nothing? No, it just leads me back into the pit. We're not going down there. Alright, we gotta fight Mr. Bones over here. Okay, I don't know if we'll do this on the first try, because we don't have any potions, but we'll give it a shot. If not, we'll teleport back to Ostagoth and get more. Wait, no, I actually might want to map this to LB. Right, good, because you do have to be able to jump up and get him. Gonna like, ooh, tricked ya. A bone keeper. The bonehead. The Gabagool, the scariest enemy in all of Darksiders. Fuck off. I gotta beat this guy up. Hell yeah. Its claws are really good. Oh my god. It's totally not Nashor again. I totally forgot about the space of the boss, I'm gonna be honest with you. Things are like a little busted, honestly. If their reach wasn't so shit, they'd probably be like the best weapons in the game. Hell yeah. That was so easy. We got Rusinov's axe. Brought into countless battles by a once great demon lord, the face of the axe displays the torment of those it has slain, said to consume the soul of its victims and ride them in eternal agony. Well, we're not using heavy weapons, sadly, so we'll be sticking with these badass gauntlets that just fucking shredded the boss like it was nothing. Ooh! Actually, I take that back. We'll take this buckler instead. Because it increases our arcane stat! Hell yeah! We can do a useless block move. Down to the first level. We gotta go give this ghoul to Judicator. Buckler break them head. There is a black guy in this game. We could try to buckler break him. What's his name? I forget his name. He's voiced by Jameson Price, though, so it doesn't sound like a black guy. Speaking of Jameson Price, we just watched The Patriot on July 4th. What a good movie. Whatever happened to Roland Emmerich? Why doesn't he make stuff anymore? Does he not get, like, the money for it? He was like Michael Bay before Michael Bay was a thing.
Judgment is at hand. Humans, always so frightened. See your life as you truly live.
It is finished. Your lord summons you.
I am ever his servant. You forget your station, Nephilim. You may be a horseman, but I am a lord of the dead.
And your king demands an audience.
This realm belongs to corruption now. None alive can stand against it.
You misjudge me.
You ride without the power of the seals at your back. You would not survive even the weakest trial of the realm.
I brought low the arena's champion.
That is but a game, Pale Rider. There are other trials meant to punish. Speak with the voice in the Gilded Arena. Ask of the Psychomeron. If you live, we will speak again.
Roland and Michael Bay are true patriots. Of course, they got shat on by the new Hollywood heads. True. I love my boy, Michael Bay. So there's been a big heated debate on Twitter I've seen of people saying, oh, God, we don't want Michael Bay's Transformers to be what people remember about the Transformers franchise. Well, it is, because guess what? It's the best thing Transformers ever did. I watched Midway, the most expensive independent film. I haven't. I've never... is that a Roland Emmerich film? I know his budgets get kind of out of hand. But, you know, who cares? I wish we got Transformers 6. I wish we got to see Michael Bay's take on Unicron. It was going to happen. And Transformers 5 made less than $infinity billion, so the studio decided it wasn't worth it. Fuckers. It was still way more profitable than half of the blockbusters we've seen in the last, like, half a decade. They should make a sequel to The Patriot? Yeah, have Mel Gibson survive all the way into the Civil War. And he wins for the South. Bayformers should absolutely be held up as popcorn Kino. My generation needs to realize they were Kino. Not everything is high art. I absolutely loved Bayformers. Anyone who doesn't like them is a fool and a dum-dum. They were so cool. And I especially love Revenge of the Fallen, which is one that so many people hate. That's the one people think is the stupidest one. I say it's the silliest and most fun one. Let's just see what we got. I just don't want to... make sure... I'm going to start selling some stuff to Ostagoth, so I don't want to sell anything that actually boosts my arcane stat. This actually gives me better arcane and better defense, so glad I checked. Thorn's defense lowers my arcane though. Cannot bring down my arcane. As long as I don't have to watch Snyder's Red Dawn. I would watch Zack Snyder's Red Dawn. I love Zack Snyder, too.
Please. Take a look.
I think Bay watched enough Bionicles to plagiarize plot lines and designs and slapped in the Autobot Decepticon logo. He has good taste. He also helped bring the Camaro back from the dead, so that alone makes them a gem. How hype were you when Mario Super Super Mario Titans? It was by Roly Poly to the tune of $100 million. That's not even that expensive by movie standards. Patriot 2 will be about the War of 1812 will end with Mel Gibson having a sword fight with Isaac Brooke. I love, like, rewatching that. I was like, I didn't remember Jason Isaacs was in it, and when I saw he was in it, I was like, oh, he's gonna be a cartoon villain. Oh wait, I have possessed sides? Hold on. We gotta do some upgrading. Let's see if we have anything that boosts arcane, because we can make a weapon that boosts my arcane stat if we upgrade this properly. Arcane 12. Arcane critical damage. Arcane. 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 Yes, we'll upgrade Arcane. Hell yeah. Let's do more. Let's see. Piercing damage, critical damage, frost damage, ice damage. Oh, that's barely a boost to criticals. Let's do ice damage. Upgrade them anymore? Yeah, we can. Cool. Alright. More arcane. How high can we make our arcane? 27. We're probably going to be using these sides till the end of the game at this point. Any other useful abilities we can get? Arcane critical damage. Didn't give me arcane critical damage, so let's do defense. Let's give myself some way of fucking keeping myself safe. And we're maxed out. But we got some new weapons. They're pretty tough. There was like the Bionicle commercial that played Daughtry. That's amazing. I would watch that. Sell the rest of our crap to this dude. The one thing that very mild irritation is that you cannot use the directional buttons to navigate the menus. It all has to be done with a joystick. That's a pet peeve of mine in most games.
A fair price. Yes, I'll make good use.
Alright, let me buy some potions, bitch. Writing script for the next video right now from Russia with Love. Are you almost done with your James Bond videos? How close are you?
The Pale Rider in the flesh.
Well, I guess we'll just not spend money on like big weapons, because who cares? Buckler, though, we could definitely use that. Gauntlet, we could use that. Arm blade, we could use that. We got like a ton of money. See if we get any good gear from Ostagoth. What do you mean sweet spot for the buckler? You can't do anything with it. Oh, okay, you can do that. Not almost done yet, but over halfway at least I've got. I'm hoping to finish my Sonic Superstars video today. I just haven't had the fucking time to work on it. We're really like locking in on the wedding stuff, because it's just like we're coming down to the wire, so we really gotta, you know, put the work in. That increases my arcane, but I'm not doing heavy weapons. What a pain in my ass. Arcane Sorcerer Cal? Cool. Wrote a novella about a fish spy called James Pond. I don't know if you recall, Prairie Judge, but there's an actual video game series called James Pond. Evan didn't believe me that that was a real thing. I had to show it to him on Discord. God, Bionicles are so cool. When my brother tossed mine around in the room one day, he got leg Kev Perth shortly after. Greek tragicomedy tears. Yes, Prairie Judge, James Pond is a real thing. They recently just said they can't re-release any of the games because the people who own James Bond, like, were really aggressively defending their copyright. Let's go. We gotta go to the Gilded Arena and talk about the Psychomeron. The Holy Arcane stacking. Have you watched Arcane? No, that's a League of Legends thing. I don't know nothing about that. I thought it was being dumb clever. No, sir. James Bond is a real thing. What about the James Bond Jr. on SNES, the cartoon? Not only are the ones I have left way longer than the first 5 I did, they're hardly any better either. Look, man, you gotta take the good at the bad. You set yourself on this road, and now you gotta suffer the consequences. I used to really love Bionicles. Not that I don't think they're cool still. I don't know what happened to them. It was one of those things that we got at like a time where, like, you know, I had like 4 other siblings and we didn't take care of our shit, so we probably broke them or lost them or something like that. But we had all 6 of like the main Bionicles. Then we got those bug guys that curled up into a ball. League of Legends and Twitter trends have memory hold that series after season 2. Remember Mighty Beans? No. I remember Crazy Bones, though. Waiting for it to remember that oh, you know, I'm going to have to move it and move it again. This game's a little buggy, guys. Lost track of Bionicle after the prequel arc started. I remember they made like a figure of Makuta, and I was like, that looks so cool. And I played the Bionicle, the Matanui online game, like, all the way through. Like, me and my buddy we would, like, check it every day after school to see if they'd updated it with another chapter. Do you even know Tech Deck is, like, the little, like, the skateboards, right? Gen 2 revival of the Journey to the One show is cursed. Why the fuck they thought trying to do a Transformers Gen 2 is a good idea? Gen 2 Transformers, I remember that. Like, Megatron was like a purple tank or some weird shit.
You have returned. What is it you seek this time?
I seek the Psychomeron.
If such a thing were possible, it would surely lift you down to your very soul.
I have a few to spare.
Indeed. But I wonder, are they too old to burn after so many?
Someone message Joe Mad and ask him who the voices in the Gilded Arena are. Who the fuck are they supposed to be? 42% of Transformers don't turn into anything cool. Animated is like the best Transformers. It's like the best show. The toys were incredible. They're just all around great franchise. Well, I mean, Michael Bay Transformers is the best, but that was also good. I guess we're just fighting stalkers the second we get down here. Fucking cheap-ass Ostagoth only had 2 fucking potions for me. Ugh. I remember they also did I don't know who the character was, but I remember they did that Bionicle like straight to DVD movie, The Mask of Light or whatever. And I played a little bit of the Bionicle game on the GameCube at my cousin's house, and it was fine. Right, well, here we are. I just wanted to get here and save the game. So we're gonna save the game. We're up to the Psychomeron. It's gonna be a big. This is not as big as, it doesn't take as long as Judicator's dungeon, but we do got to do it. Then we can fight the last of the 3 dead lords. Probably Troy Goy Baker with a filter on. No, I mean who the characters are, not who voices them. But for now, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for chilling with me. We made it through probably like the longest part of the game. It's pretty like brisk from here on out. Make sure I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. There's more of you guys here. A, like the stream. It helps me out. Hit the hype button if it has one. B, make sure you go watch Movie Bob's latest video. He finally brought back the Game Over Thinker after like 5 years. You gotta go watch it. I'm begging you. And tell him I sent you. Make sure you put in the comments that Manlet Thorin sent you. Your biggest fan, your biggest supporter, your most beloved supporter. You are watching that, Evan Prince. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see y'all for Sonic Sunday. We are unfortunately starting Sonic Colors. So have a good night, guys. Thanks again for hanging out.